Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Odds Season 14 playoff action. I am joined tonight by a longtime League of Odds captain, Season 4 Lads champion Skater. How are you in this fine evening?
Well, Badger, very fine. Happy to see these two teams face off. We've got some perennial lads' names in here.
Yeah, it's one of those things where obviously a lot is on the line. It's the elimination best of three. Only one team can advance, and both these teams are going in on pretty decent form. Obviously, Bird Up have been on quite the loser run, headlined of course by the carry play of Off, but the Skitzos in Ohio have been quite the powerful team this season as well.
Yeah, they are definitely a lot to play for here. I think technically Broad Up might have the MMR advantage with Off and Micro Fry, but uh, Schizo team has proven to be, considering they're literally top one of our group, they've proven to be pretty formidable.
I am interested to see though, because a lot of these heroes that you'd expect Ja to ban, he's not banned out. He's banned meta heroes, which, I mean, maybe that's the way to do it. But a lot of teams have not banned out meta against Bird. They've banned out these sort of specialty heroes instead. So this could be
Yeah,
interesting.
like the ODO stuff, I guess. Oh, Brood. Oh no. It's gonna
Speaking
be.
of speaking of specialty heroes, it's Brood Mother first pick.
Yeah, I forgot to mention marshals in this game, so we're gonna see a lot of Zoo this series, likely.
Yeah, I mean this is a classic martial offlane. This is an
Yeah,
offlane player.
yeah. And this is the type of like offlane you kind of want to see in lad sometimes, right? I feel like when you have these like Zoo players, they force so many bans.
Certainly makes your jobs as a drafter a lot easier. It's like, oh, cool, they've wasted two band slots. We can play them on the
Yeah.
meta.
And then the thing is, even if they lose this with the Brood, Off is probably gonna be like, we have to ban it. I don't want to lane against it again, please.
I mean, understandable. If I were in off position, I wouldn't want to play into that garbage either.
Exactly. But it's like you can't ban it all. And I guess they have opted to just ban none of it, basically. Oh, this is a really good response to Brune.
Yeah, it's not all that shocking given we've seen the resurgence of Mars because of course that hero has been good for the last like 6 straight years. But yeah, Mars is back.
Yeah. Do you know why Moz is back?
He's just good again. I don't know. What's the exact reason why he's back?
I believe one of the main reasons, people will probably correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the main things is they made it so you can do the arena spear combo much easier. You know the thing where you throw the spear and then you arena?
Mm-hmm.
Because the opposite thing is you blink arena and then throw the spear. But in these higher normal brackets, it's very easy to get your BKB off if you're expecting that or like blink. It's pretty easy to react to seeing him throw the arena up and then throw the spear and get the cast time for both. But if you just blink on someone and just immediately spear them, there's really not much they can react to that.
And back in my day, you'd be like Saberlight or some shit like that to actually spear into arena. Not anymore. It's
Yeah,
just
it was much
it's
harder.
in the kit now.
They made it really reliable as a thing. Because if you tried to do this before and you missed it, which is very likely to happen, you're just screwed.
Just don't miss.
For reference, Spear has a 0.25 cast animation. So if you blink melee range on them and Spear, good luck. You have to react quick enough for that.
It's certainly possible, but again, especially if you're playing on anything more than like 50 ping, it's certainly a little more
Yeah.
difficult to do.
Basically, the boss cast time for Arena is 0.2. So it's basically double if you should do Arena and then Spear. You're looking at a cast time of basically like 0.45 versus 0.2, which can matter.
0.45, not hard, especially if you're BKBing, not hard to do at all. I mean,
Yeah. Um, okay, they picked up the Mirana. This hero has also picked up a lot of popularity now. I think Staking actually popularized this in Bet Boom Dacha. Well, he was playing it a lot then, and I guess other people have picked up that wait, this hero maybe is actually good at support still.
there's a lot of lads players who just love the Morana support. I mean, I know Gek's been loving that hero, and We're gonna see it with Bird up as well. I mean, teams. It's Mirana. Everyone loves to play Mirana. It's a very popular hero to play.
Yeah. It's one of those greedy support things where it's like, oh, I get to arrow creeps every minute. Don't mind if I do. Take
And
all the
not
money.
only is it greed, it's one of those like if you want to get like a clip in the lads Discord, like oh
Oh,
my god
true.
guys, look at my like Mirana's one of those heroes like oh the long range hero, what a setup.
The true thing everyone desires. I'm surprised I've not seen Artorias sending me any clips of Artorias Morona hitting arrows.
He's busy playing Pudge.
Yeah, I guess that's probably why.
Pudge and Keeper of the Light. Oh, everyone's
Too many
favorite
Pudge.
hero.
Yeah, too many Pudge games.
And we have
Pudge.
Tusk. Okay, another very in a snap pick Dark Willow. That's probably our
What
support duo right
the?
there.
I have not seen this Dark Willow here a lot. Have you seen this in your cast? I feel like this is a very not meta pick right now.
I've seen it probably once or twice in the last month. Not that much.
Let's see.
I think Mortal just likes the hero to be honest, but yeah.
It's a good reason. I'm surprised because I guess this means they're doing what, Tusk Brood? Tusk Brood offlane? Not the most popular thing.
Yeah, not really, but I mean, it makes a bit of sense into a lot of the heroes that off tends to like, where you see a lot of times he's playing these relatively low HP pool ranged carries, and Brood Tusk can certainly punish that if they're playing well.
Yeah. It probably can be one of those things where they just know off zero pool and say that, you probably could counter this with like a life stealer or something or like Ursa, but you aren't gonna pick those. And if you did, we planned for it. Let's see. Both teams have used a lot of reserve time, by the way. I've just noticed.
I'm saying that very important stage of the draft, that sort of big block of picks, six
Yeah.
whole picks here, so a lot of contemplating to do here. I'm most surprised that Joss snap picked the Willow Sassy after he picked the Tusk, given the reserve time situation, but that's Dota 2 for you.
Yep.
Saves us a full, 35 seconds, so I don't mind.
True. I think it is fine though to, I guess. Oh, Razor. Whoa. Now, oh, snap pick, nice.
Techies as well. I'm a little fascinated by this bird up draft here. This is.
Oh, instant pick also.
I like this puck pick a lot, though. It's a really good puck pick, I think.
I need to see this. This is a wife Razor, surely, right?
Could be a wife Mars, but I think he plays Mars as well, so it could be a flex still.
I am very interested. He's not spammed Razor lately.
I will say though, this is definitely brewing up to be one of those real high variance puck games. Hypothetically, if you're playing out of your mind on puck, you could dodge everything in this game, but if you miss one dodge, then you were going to die.
You're done for sure, yeah. Like there's they have, I mean, what, 3 stuns already? Could be more.
This is true, but they're all kind of bad stuns.
Yeah, they have to land them, right? Like if they miss one stun here, if they miss like a spear or something, puck's out. You can't miss any of these stuns, so there's no hope. The Razor hero, I was looking at this. Yeah, they have literally never picked Razor their entire run so far, so that's a thing. I don't know where the Razors came from.
It comes from whatever the same place that like OD and Broodmother and Arc Warden come from. Just some like degenerate bin of just
Oh,
heroes.
Off has played Razor twice 7 hours ago, and he lost both times. Maybe this is off Razor.
So he's prepared. He's prepared to play the Razor. I mean,
He did play a 70-minute Razor game and lost it earlier. He's prepared for the long run.
it doesn't really feel like an off hero, but I'm sure. I mean, we see a number of these stronger carrier players playing Razor recently, so I'm sure he'll be fine.
Yeah, that's my same thought too, but I've checked Weiss profile. I've checked who's this other person? Old Man Sal? Is that his lad's
That's
name?
just our offlaner, yeah.
Oh, it's Salmon, they say. He has a 38% win rate on Razor with 70 games. So I'm guessing he's not playing it. Could be wrong.
It's Razor. How hard can it be?
True. But the Puck pick, yeah, Puck is really good versus Razor. Like, not even why they picked it. It seems like they already wanted it though. I guess for what it's worth to mention, Puck is also really good versus Mirana. Wind Ranger.
Interesting. I mean, it's a hero that makes a lot of sense for Jaw in this lineup. A lot
Oh,
of single target damage here.
pretty clearly, I think this is also the Jaw hero, yeah. And the Puck. They've shown all their cores. Oh, me! Oh no,
Whoa.
no.
Okay, that's a Meepo. So it's Razor carry, Meepo middle, Mars
I,
off
I was right on
lane.
the Razor at least. What have you got me into, Badger? We're watching Meepo versus Broodmother.
Listen, sometimes it's actually good when it's Meepo versus Brewmother because they kind of cancel each other out. Like when it's only one side that has it, it's kind of lame. When both sides have it, it's kind of like it's a fair battle. It's Meepo versus Brood. It's not like one team's being degenerate, the other's being honorable. No, it's an equal battle going on, Skater.
Double the cheese means none of the cheese. By the way, this is the Mortal Tuskanon. This is +5 Tusk for Jaw. So they are taking Willow in the +4 position. Looks like.
I will
I don't
say,
know. Yeah.
this is definitely going to be an interesting Broodmother lane because I feel like Brood's not one of those heroes that excels like pre-6, so
Uh,
Marshall has his work cut out for him in this sort of lane into Razor and Techies.
and the thing that surprised me is I guess I think of Brood being good versus Razor, but maybe with his new passive where like whenever you get hit, it means that if he sends a lot of broodlings at you, you just trigger his passive a ton. I think that's how it works, right? There's an 18% chance to strike someone when he gets hit. So if you
I'm not an interactions guy, Skater. I don't play Dota outside of like
okay,
Abaddon, Treant Protector, and Tide Mid. You have to look at the wiki for that one.
well, it says there's an 18% chance when Razor's attacked to release Fork's Lightning that hits three targets nearby him for 200 damage or 160 damage.
Does it prioritize heroes or no?
Uh Prioritizing the unit type of the attacker, weirdly.
Interesting.
So if you
So
sent a ton of spiders at him, it would prioritize the spiders and just zap them all, I guess. It's like a bug zapper. Convenient.
I guess we shall see then. We shall see how this one goes. If you are just joining us, welcome to an absolutely fantastic playoff series tonight. It is the losers bracket. We have Skitzos in Ohio on the Radiant side, Bird up on the Dire side. My name's Badger. I'm joined by Season 4 champion Skater, and hopefully this proves to be a pretty fantastic series. And early thanks to Simon for the aka twitch.tv/smiles per hour on the subscription. Really appreciate that one. And you'll hear that thanks in 2 minutes, I'm sure.
Some people in chat do not appreciate a Meepo last pick.
Nobody does. But it is what it is. I mean, it's one of those things. If you're in some unranked pub, right? Whatever, that's kind of lame. But you're playing to win. There is the most important currency of all, prestige in the line. I mean, the
Yep.
prestigious lads playoffs must be won.
The funny thing also is you've got the full juxtaposition, right? Marshall first picks his brood, full brave. Wife last picks Meepo. Maybe he needs to start first picking Meepo, you know? Marshall shows how it's done.
I feel like Wife's got a large enough bag of literal cheese heroes. Though. Like he's got his Lone Druid, he's got his OD, he can just pull out somebody else.
Wait,
A lot,
literal cheese heroes. I see.
I feel like mostly Marshall's other cheese picks aren't that good right now. Like, their order is not. They're just not cheese picks, so
Hmm.
a little bit different. We're seeing a little fighting in the river right now. Hawk grabs that bounty rune. Seems like we see Ja out clicking Old Man Sal for the other bounty rune, so we'll end up being 2 bounty runes to both
Oh,
teams.
been told to not tip Oldman Sal. Also,
That's gotta be a bait. That's gotta be a bait. There's no way that's not a bait.
I've done that in some things, and well, we'll see. We'll see when the lanes go.
There's no way somebody that emotionally unstable is that self-aware.
True. Let's see. Wife getting early damage mid. Pretty nice.
Yeah, good bit of damage already. I mean, Puck has a bottle relatively soon, but that's nearly half his HP from a couple right clicks. It ends up being techies in this offline. I thought it might be a Mars Marauder lane. It ends up being a Razor Marauder lane. I ended up being a little bit wrong on that one, but
I'm definitely really
yeah.
confused about that. Mirana plus Mars is definitely the main combo, but we'll see how it goes.
So it's a lot of kill threat as well. You hit a spear and you can get a medium range sort of arrow with relative
Yeah.
reliability. So yeah,
I guess the idea is at least if you do a spear, you still get like the Techies blast off. So maybe that's the thing.
because Techies Blast Off is not that fast of a cast point though.
Yeah.
You need to be somewhat close to even get it off in time.
And remember, there's the thing also where if you hit them in the middle, it does more damage than if you do it on the side. He's got this weird AoE thing.
I didn't know that. I missed First Blood though. Top lane Razor goes down, run down by Dark Willow and Broodmother. So again, that's big kill there to get for Keshi in that top lane, killing off for First Blood.
Yeah, it looks like Keshi spent a lot of mana for it, but duly worth.
Was too busy reading the tooltip on Blast Off to get the First
My
Blood.
apologies. Chat, you can blame me for distracting Badger.
What can you do sometimes?
Mid is evened up, it looks like. Nicely.
Yeah, Puck's been playing pretty well with the orb. Actually, bottom lane, Techies is under attack. Power Shot, I believe, barely misses, though the kill is still secured. Old Man Sal wants vengeance, but with a large stick, Ja will be. I think he even dropped his bracer to stick up there. That's a bold play from Ja, and gives him a little more regen.
Just lose it. Yeah. Pretty nice kill that. I mean, we're just seeing the Tusk Wind Ranger. They're still a nice combo, even without Focus Fire.
It's a lot of damage, you know? It's just a lot of damage with, even this 1 point in tag team, it's still a lot of damage.
Yeah. Part of it is Wind Ranger has like a lower base attack time than most other heroes. So she attacks pretty fast early on.
Yeah, most heroes with this sort of attack speed don't have this level of attack range and damage as well. So this
That
is,
too, yeah.
just a very good trading hero. Throw in Windrun on top, and it's just, you're going to win trades.
See.
Top lane, Link has been used by off. They're looking to run down Marshall, but there's, at this point, no arrow remaining for Dops 32. It's simply harassment damage. But Dops also breaks that pole to the hard camp, which should be a little bit annoying for Keshi.
Definitely important that happens. Because Off wants to keep the lane back as much as possible. Get these links off. Off is secured also his double Wraith Band, so should be at least harder to kill now.
Yeah, he's going double Wraith Band into treads. Very stat-heavy build in the Razor, which, I guess, it's not particularly shocking, but it is fresh information to acquire. Mid lane, net is dodged by Puck. He'll grab that 4-minute Water Rune. In comes another net from Wife. He's looking to run down Puck. Puck is dropping his Phase Shift and a Water Rune ready to go. He'll Water Rune. He has Orb now. Did not orb immediately. Wife's diving, and Wife will secure that kill. A huge 1v1 solo kill for Wife. Almost died to the tower.
Too.
If he died to that tower, that would have been hilarious, but alas. Nico was the winner of that one. It's really been a bit of a yo-yo lane mid lane though. Like again, it started off very good for Meepo early on, then Puck recovered, now Meepo suddenly a kill up. This is very, very interesting so far in terms of the variance mid lane this game.
Yep. And side lanes are looking still pretty quiet. I wonder if the supports might come mid to help out Puck later on. But wait and see.
Speaking of Puck, I think Puck might just be dead actually. He's got Orb Phase Shift, Orb. Oh, he's juking. He'll now Phase Shift away. Net's on cooldown for that southern Meepo here. He's still kind of around, but at this point, Wife needs to back off.
His courier, though, just died on Beampo.
It's an empty courier. All's well.
There was a fight top also. Razor used all of his mana, basically, but nothing happened.
That sounds like Razor Dota to me.
Yeah, I just fanned Static Link in Q, but They got out.
Well, we will see a trade between the two supports. Blood Grenade has been used by Keshi. It should be a kill on Morana. Morana actually fairy fires up. One more hit should do the job. It'll leap away once again, getting away. So that's a lot of leaps committed, but no kill for Keshi. Over in the river is that minute 6. Wait, that's a minute 4 water rune. Secured by Tusk. Minute 6 rune spawns. Wife goes down on Meepo. They'll look for another kill on Micro Fry as well. Puck has no spells other than Coil. Coil is committed. Tusk is still hitting. Mines have been used by Techies, and Techies is dead regardless. That's 2 kills for the side of Skitzos in Ohio, and now Puck will secure that double damage in top lane. Meanwhile, speaking of top lane, actually, the link comes in from off. Marshall is trying for a bit of a dive. Now breaks the link, now looks to walk back in, but they could not kill off quite yet.
Yeah, this is what I was expecting. This is the classic 6-minute rotation. The supports just come mid, and Meepo did not respect it at all because he was way too low for that. Fighting for the rune.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, especially with a hero like Puck who loves to have these runes, probably should have been ready for that, but again, that's Dota 2 for you sometimes. A lot of variables in Dota 2.
Wisdom runes? We'll see no contest, it looks like.
That's a rare one. You see a lot of, like, contesting at these Wisdom runes,
yeah.
But this game, none of them. Just one for Micro Fry, one for Keshi. I believe Dyer saw Puck's rotation, by the way, on this Observer Ward right here, so
yeah,
they were not caught by the Puck gank.
Off, by the way, he's been kicked out of his lane savagely by the spider. He is just in the jungle.
Yeah, at this point, he's cutting his losses. This lane's not going to get any better. Definitely not going to get any better, so
yeah.
He's getting out now.
Rune spawning in 20 seconds mid. Looks like Tusk is going to secure it. Puck and Tusk are going to try and secure mid. Let's see if Meepo dies again for it, but he's probably not.
Meanwhile, top lane, they'll go in for Off right now. Arrow to fly, ends up missing. Off will get run down eventually. Back to the river. It's fighting at both runes. It spawns top. Puck grabs it. Big 1 and 2 there for id to win on the Puck, and now he's secured both the minute 6 and the minute 8 rune.
Weren't you saying something before, Badger, about cutting losses on Razor?
I did, but sometimes you just return to lane and die.
The classic carry play. I know it all too well.
Razor isn't that great of a jungle farmer. Speaking of, you're right, bottom lane, Mars ends up arenaing to buy time for his teammates to arrive. Arrow is ready, it's used, hits the Tusk, last off the follow, and now TPM buy off will certainly bring down Mortal on that Tusk. Jaw's got no mana. Other than that wand, she's got 2 lotuses. She should be somewhat fine. He'll
it's a Windrun.
Still has the lotuses ready to go, but Dire want to kill the Windrunner. Not that they're going to kill her, but they want to.
Puck is here, though. But Puck's leaving?
Yeah, Dire do not know Puck is here quite yet. He's got Shield Rune and Coil ready to go. They'll look towards Off. 2-man Coil's available. Use it on Mirana and the Razor. Razor is inside the Coil. Mirana snaps it. Now Razor snaps it. Razor is dropping. Radiant right-click to bring him down, and now it's 2 dead, both Mirana and Razor in the grave. They'll have the Micro Fry, who's playing in that 1v3 sort of scenario. Mars is there, but only for moral support at this point, it appears. But again, Radiant can't find that last right-click. However, they'll find a Mars instead, so Mars, who just respawned, TP's in, and dies again. 3 kills there for Skitzos in Ohio, and they'll parlay out into a T1 tower bottom lane.
That Mars? Oh no. That felt so bad. Mars Bailey is 30 CS now. No teleport once more, so his lane is gonna look. The game is gonna look pretty rough.
Yeah, he's under 3k net worth in minute 10. Compared to, say, the Windrunner who was in the same lane, who was 5k net worth. It's a significant lead there for Ja in that one.
Yep.
It seems like Keshi and Mortal want to keep the tempo up. They've smoked up S2. 10-minute rune Invis goes to Puck. And they're pinging bottom. They want to go on Razor, it appears. Seems like a bit of a hard kill, but if they land, it's an absolutely massive kill on Off, whose game is just not very good right now. Keshi walks in, has Bramble Maze, misses it. And now Mirana TP and Radiant will disengage. And our fight is over.
Yeah, that was a bit greedy. He's directly into this tier 2, so he's pretty safe. But at least they forced the teleport. They're going mid now instead, though. Microfire, get out.
No, he will not.
He's not
Coil,
getting out.
snowball. He'll snap the coil, but there's nothing he can do
Meepo.
other than die. Right,
Meepo
Meepo has
teleports.
TP'd in. Problem is, Mirana Arrow has missed. Meepo with the Fusible Blade will go in for Mortal. Meanwhile, off goes in for Keshi. Keshi TPs. That TP will work. Back to Mortal. He will die. Wife secures that kill. So it ends up being a 1-for-1 support trade mid lane.
Yeah. The only unfortunate part, though, is it's risen to a 4K gold lead for Radiant. So Dire is, I think, mostly just getting out farmed because this Brood has not really done too much outside of lane. Brood is just taking over the entire space for farming territory, though.
Yeah, between, again, slightly more farm, slightly more kills, and 2 more towers, it just adds up pretty fast.
And they've smoked on top, but I don't know what the smoke is going to accomplish.
Meanwhile, mid instead, they've abandoned their carry to the Wolves, and the Wolves certainly will bite him up. That's a nice kill there for Keshi, and that 3v1 against the Razor. Off now has 4 deaths in this game, and this actually might be the most rough start I've seen from Off in a long time.
I know, Off is generally like the carry player you kind of just always count on delivering in games, but he is fairly behind.
Usually he's Mr. Reliable, as you alluded to, but right now, not the case. Done yet the fighting, it appears. We're looking at a bit of a fight mid lane once again. Meepo plays in the Vanguard. His team is on the way. Puck and Willow are smoked, but they'll head towards Ja instead. They're running at the Razor. Oh no, they kill him again.
He's safe though, I think. He's gonna go into tower.
I hope he's safe for his...
Oh, no! Oh?
Okay, he's fine, he's fine.
No,
he's incredibly deep. He's going to the T3 tower. Or maybe not. Bramble Maze has been used. Keshi uses the ulti.
He's
the
just
dead
messing
one
with
going
him.
in. Forcing Off away. Over to Ja, he shackles Micro Fry. Mars.
Keshi could be dead here though.
She could be multiple players under attack here. Keshi appears to be somewhat fine. Ja is in the way. He'll kill a courier. It's only a courier dead so far. Courier and a bit of HP from Off. Arrow from long range ends up hitting Dark Willow, but he sidesteps the spear anyways. Blast Off will end up canceling that TP, so it should be a dead Keshi. He'll terrorize on 2 to kill Ghost Off, and he needed that gold.
So courier. And then top lane?
It's Meepo versus Brewmother, the fight we've all been waiting for. And Mars will get absolutely blasted, but he jukes away anyways. He's in the trees. One more hit will do the job. He's life-stealing. Micro Fry rise. Marshall's still juking, so he gets away from him.
What did I just watch?
This is Brewmother versus Meepo gameplay skater.
The 2 cheese heroes running at each other.
So I guess if you can't fight, you just run away sometimes. You fold them and you walk away. Wife gets gone on by Mortal. Puck is on the way. Arrow ends up hitting Puck, actually. So Puck will instantly get blasted. They'll head to Tusk, who is being run on down, slowed by the Fusible Blade. Off comes in. Wife secures that kill. Double kill for the Meepo. And Arena is there on Ja as well. Mars might end up dying in his arena, but if they kill Ja, it's certainly worth it. Net comes in from Meepo. Mars is dead. The trade is for Ja. A 3-for-1 triple kill for Wife and the Meepo. And our 4K net worth lead is evaporating into a 1K lead real fast.
And Meepo is now in the lead by a fair margin also.
Yes, he is.
And he's going to get a Wisdom Rune. Nice. Looks like Marshall's also taking one, but this is... I mean, ironically, Marshall didn't die there, but it's one of those things where... It was one of those things in Dota where sometimes the enemy will, like, bring the fight to your farming area. And so even though nothing really happens for you, like, dying-wise, Marshall has not been able to farm for basically the past minute or so. He's basically got 0 CS. So they've still done a lot of damage to him without killing him.
And Wife hasn't been CSing that much either, but the difference is when he goes to the fights, he gets some
he got
kills, and now he's got money.
I think he also did clear up at least a lot of the spiders, which, I mean, I don't know if they're actually worth much nowadays, but...
If there's enough of them, I suppose it is, you know.
Bottom lane...
Yeah, if they're Moonlight shadowing in, they see Ja. 3 Meepos are on top of the Windrunner. Tusk is on top of the Mirana meanwhile. But of course, Dire will focus the big target, that being Windrunner. Net into Arrow, into Blast Off. And that'll be a dead wind. And again, that's a big kill.
That's a nice combo, the Meepo nets into Arrow.
Absolutely. It's a lot of... Yeah, it covers each other's weaknesses very well there.
Yeah. I think the nice part of this Mirana hero is, like, he's literally level 1 arrow, and it's 2.6 second stun. A 2.6 stun is that's double the max stun duration of Snowball for reference. So
I
pretty
remember a
good.
time when level 1 arrow did a 5-second stun. Those were good times, I
Oh
think.
yeah,
Different times, but good times.
different times. Those are the times also probably that Tiny had max range on toss level 1.
Oh yeah, good times, good times.
He literally had like 1200 range toss. You could just toss someone like clear under your tower. It was so
Yes, you could.
OG got that strat nerfed pretty hard. uh you're right though, the lead has kind of tapered off. Radiant still has nice support net worths. It's just it's a kind of wife versus the world, I guess. At least for now.
Luckily for Wife, he is currently 3 heroes and not 1 hero, so maybe he can beat the
True.
world.
3 versus 3?
You know,
Bad.
it's 3 very individually weak heroes, but when you have 3 of them, you know, now we're talking. He has that Aghanim Scepter as well, so he can turn himself, instead of being 3 weak heroes, he can be 1 strong hero.
Oh, they're rapping on Marshall here, but
He's TPing away, and I believe it'll be in time.
Aw.
Yeah, it's definitely in time. It's a good game sense there from Marshall. Looking at his vision situation, I don't think he saw all. I think he saw a bit on that ward there, but
He
yeah,
may
it's
have
good
seen
game sense.
they did kill his courier though.
Oh yeah, they did.
I don't actually know what's on it though. I can't see, but hopefully it was important. They killed it.
He'll have it again soon, either way.
Hopefully, in the sense that I'm not saying that I want bad for Marshall. I'm saying if killing the courier gave Marshall the chance to get out. So
We call that a valiant sacrifice. You've died for your
True.
team.
uh, nestling down to a 58% win rate, or 58% win probability. And I guess everyone's chilling.
Well, it is Moonlight Shadow time from the Dire once again. Bird up will
Arcane Rune
look
to Mars,
to
top.
find something here. Looking at Dire's vision, they saw the Windrunner of Ja quite recently. He's at this point running way to the west. Marana is on the angle,
Model
but
ult
lacks
ending
that good
now.
setup
He's gonna
stun.
see.
Leap forward, arrow, pump fake, now misses. The net Marina will hit. So Ja will attempt to buy some
Snowball.
time. In comes Snowball, delaying, dodging the blast off. Good dodge from Mortal. At this point, Ja will walk away. In comes Puck. Coil is available. It's being held for now. Old Man Sal will go down. Dobbs TP's away. Micro Fry has a Shadow Amulet. Surely that won't save him, and it will not do so. Double kill for Ja.
He got dust use though. That's what's important. Time to go down.
See, if anything, it's probably not worth it because him living there bought time for Ja to get the kill instead of support, so probably not worth the gold.
True. I don't really know what happened there. I guess Rana was leading, but I think Mars didn't spear Wind Ranger, so I'm slightly confused, but just an unfortunate go for Dire.
They had the Morana in the front as well, which is definitely not the person you want with the setup
Yeah.
stun of all
Before
arrows.
Mars or something for sure.
Mars, Meepo, Techies even, just not Morana.
That was Mars Blink reveal, I think, by the way. That's probably why they went for it. But we'll see what they decide to do, if anything.
At this point, it seems like we're in a little tiny bit of a farm game, waiting for the next big objective to be fought over. I don't think either team is too willing to force down a tier 2 quite yet. We do see a bottom tier 1 go down, but
Rana mid? Yeah. Rana might die here. Huh.
Yeah, Coil has been committed to, but Rana's playing a bit of a high ground. Arrow will miss entirely, but it gives a little bit of vision at least. And nobody dies.
Oh, Rana held mech, I guess, the whole time. Pretty nice. I do think, Badger, though, we are going to see some fights very soon, because Brood is very close to Manta, Tusk is coming up on Blink, Wind Ranger is very close to BKB, so I think they're going to have a 3-item timing for Radiant.
Well, we see Puck solo kill Murano. Meanwhile, through the Twin Gate goes Keshi, finding Micro Fry. And so, the two-man Curse Crown actually ends up delaying Mars' counter stun. Problem is, Keshi is still incredibly dead. Terrorize could not get off in time. Meanwhile, top lane, they run down and kill off. Back to bottom, Keshi is still alive. Surely he dies here, but now Puck has arrived. He'll phase shift to dodge the net and now jaunt away. Techies is dead. Ends up being a 3-for-1 across the map. That is fascinating so far, and at this point, with only 2 Dire Heroes alive, they're just going to join the zone and wipe away from the bottom lane.
Yeah, I think top lane, that was the tag team plus Brood combo. I didn't see it, but it looks like he disappeared very quickly.
I was a little bit distracted by Keshi bottom lane. It seemed interesting to me.
Delayed them for so long.
Seems like Roshan is on the mind of, at the very least, the Radiant right now. Skitzos used 1 scan on that bottom Roshan, where Roshan is, of course, currently located. I think perhaps Meepo's trying to sneak it, but Meepo is just nowhere near it right now.
Keshi's got it all warded up now also, so... Could be defensive, could be aggressive. No, Jaw's coming down also. It looks like they might actually be Roshan. Sure.
So a little bit of a hard rush with these heroes near the pit. I mean, I'm sure if they really want, they can commit a 4th or even a 5th hero.
They catch this Maz here, but Maz is not quite in the area.
And now Bird Up has scanned the Roshan pit. Both teams are thinking Roshan right now.
I think the reason they're here is because Wind Ranger is BKB, which I don't know if Dire knows, but that's probably the reason Radiant's here. It's one of those things where he gets BKB and he's like, ready to fight. Force anything, please.
And Dire will force into the Roshan pit area. Wife will scout with a net. Right now, looking at Radiant Vision, they see the Mars. I believe they saw the Meeple walk into the pit as well. On the north side, Ja walks towards stops. Blink in from Mars, finds the Windrunner. Razor will link. Mars is already low. Coil hits on 2. Snowball stun. Finds off. Ja's still very low. Now in comes the Wife. Arena will find the Broodmother and the Tusk. Tusk finally be the first death of the fight, but Off is not far from dying as well. It's now a 1-for-1 trade. Murata's Lithium looking for Ja. Ja's incredibly low, but Murata cannot finish the kill. Arrow from long range will not end up hitting. Mars goes on Puck instead. Meanwhile, as all that happens, Terrorize zones with Meeple a little bit. Dots 32 goes down. Now Wife starting to run away from the fight, looking towards Puck perhaps. But Puck...
Oh no, Ja!
oh no! Ja died to Techie's mine!
He just ran into a random mine in the trees right here at Roche.
Oh no, that is not what you want. Not at all.
Oh my god. I just saw it. I was like, that's not actually killing him, is it?
But it did.
Microfy is so good. Oh, Microfy and Kessie just found each other.
Here we go again. It's Bedlam time, it appears. He'll use Shadow Realm instead, holding the Bedlam for later, perhaps. Curse Crown will stun Meepo, but it will still be a dead Dark Will at some points. And that TP is a little bit ambitious and it did not work out.
I guess good plays by Microfy. Random Mine getting a jaw and now finding Willow. Yeah, I'm this. It's kind of funny. Off is just like, you won't get Roche. I'll be over here farming.
I mean, they don't need him anyways. He's a Razor. He'll be fine.
Marstro's shoving waves. Off could be dead top, but yeah, it looks like we're gonna go on off top here.
They see the Razor blink. Coil is not used quite yet. Now Puck will jaunt away, knowing that Dire's response is on the way. Meeple, of course, it's blink, net ready to go. He's looking. Blink, net is dodged. Orb, phase shift, both have been used. Wife is still hunting, though Puck is still escaping. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Marshall is still here, by the way, but he's got free pathing. He'll go in for Murata, but Murata will leap away and will be fine.
Yeah, it looks like there was maybe some disagreement there because Puck went in, but the Tusk did not blink at all, so maybe there was just a disconnect.
Well, It is Tormentor time for the Dire. Free shard there for Micro Fry. That's, again, not really a shard people really talk about too much, but it's pretty good. It's a nice little allied reactive taser.
Not bad. Um, it's pretty good here probably because they've got Mirana and Brood to walk against. Also kind of can walk against Puck. I think it's actually a surprisingly even game though.
Yeah.
Neither team is really gaining any advantage, or at least the one advantage that was gained by Radiant was lost.
It is, yeah, less than 1,000 lead for Bird Up. They do have the Aegis on Meepo, which is that big thing we're looking to utilize if you are a fan of Bird Up. There are a lot of unclaimed towers. Mid T1, top T1 are still alive. But I think at this point for Meepo, you want at least probably 1 tier 2, if not more than 1 tier 2.
Yep. Okay, here though. Off is getting his BKB next. I think this, for Bird Up fans at least, this is what you're looking for because once he is BKB, he can just link the one ranger and just walk at her. And there's not entirely a lot that can be done. But I think once that happens, he can really join fights and do good damage.
Well, I'm mentioning top tier 2s in terms of potentially Bird Up taking them. As that happens, though, Skitzos in Ohio nearly take that top side tier 2, so they're...
Puck is in a very weird spot bottom.
Yeah, I mean, he's around a lot of different wifes. He'll end up not jaunting to his own orb. Problem is, both Meepo and Mars are at the other end of the orb as well. He'll phase shift to dodge. Blink is available. Blink to the north, getting away from Micro Fry. He'll now jaunt into off, though. There's just too many heroes. So Coil with a Razor. He'll phase shift dodge the arrow. Surely he dies here, and Wife will secure that kill. So some interesting theatrics and Puck delaying the inevitable. The inevitable still arrived.
It's a very strange fight. I think this bottom tower is going, though.
Ooh, they found Marshall. Wife has 1 nets. But at this point, Marshall with the free pathing gets away from the other nets, so he's fine. Yeah, bottom tier 2 is definitely dead. So both teams are now taking at least 1 tier 2. Both teams' safe lane tier 2 is dead. Again, this Aegis duration is almost lost, actually. There's only 1:21 left for Wife, so we're going to have to at least wait for that second Aegis until high ground, it appears.
There's some Wisdom Rune Gambits and Radiant, and they decided to give it to Jaw, I guess, but level 18. Oh, no. Oh, no!
Oh, good save, good save. Good save for Mortal. I guess he had Yules as well, actually, on the Willow, but...
Yeah, that was a little... Well, once he snowballs himself, he has to snowball the Willows, I think.
Definitely, it's like, alright, you have less units to tank, you better get him in there.
Mid, Wife is taking another tower, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he's got still, 32 seconds left with 2 lives. Might as well use to get that second tier 2 tower mid lane. Begin to get a bit more map control on the southern side of the map for the Bird Up side.
Also, key item timing. Wife has basically got the money for Scythe. Which, if he gets that, this Puck is going to be in trouble, let's say. A lot of trouble if he ever gets Scythe.
Yeah, I mean, Puck has been itemizing in a way where it's like, alright, I guess it's a fairly offensive item build. It's Blink, Parasma, and Yule's Glass Cannon for the, the Nemesis Kiss for the neutral items. At this point, it's like, alright, I will dodge the abilities. If I get caught, I die. But Hex is certainly a lot easier of a catch than anything else I have right now.
I think it's also just particularly a very nice counter to Yule's Badger, because you kind of get Yule's for, like, these silences and roots. But then if you just Hex them, obviously, the Yule's kind of is wasted now. You just kill them during the Hex, and they can't really do anything about it.
Actually, Puck is going to change itemization, seeing the Hex. So it's going to be a Lincoln's. Problem is, Meeple farms a lot faster than Puck, so that Hex is done already, and Puck is now a Lincoln Sphere away from Lincoln Sphere.
Also, this is right. Yeah, I think this is right. This Lincoln's also might not be even the right idea because I believe what I see from the wiki, Dispersal does pop Lincolns. So Meepo could just blink on Puck, disperse, and then immediately scythe.
At that point, if you're Bucky, so that slight little delay will give you enough time to react.
Hopefully.
And that really is, Puck gameplay in a nutshell. Is you're really relying a lot on your own reactions, your own ability to read when you're going to need to do this.
Yep.
Speaking of Wife, he blinks in bottom lane, gets
Aggressively.
healed by Keshi.
Oh, he showed the scythe. That was a scythe reveal too.
Yeah.
Puck just got out.
Dark Willow will not. But again, that is not the kill you want. You want a big core kill. You'll accept the Keshi kill. Keshi's making making Dire work for it a little bit, but off secures the kill on the ends.
And Jaw team is doing the right response here. They're pushing top and mid immediately. Which I feel like Marshall's actually been doing for a while. He's just been like ratting the... Oh, the scythe found him instead.
Yeah, that's... Wait, Marshall will Manta. He's trying to free path as hard as he can. He's fast. But is he fast enough? In come more nets. In come more webs, however. So Marshall's just running away. He's in the next web. He's still free pathing. Oh, no. Okay, that'll do the job. That'll definitely do the job. Ay. Just disperser on disperser action from Marshall and Wife.
I gotta say, catching Broods with Mars Arena is so fulfilling. It's actually so fulfilling because it just stops the free pathing nonsense, right?
Why, yes, you refused. He had a BKB. Was it? It's not used during that entire thing, or was it just?
I think she just bought it, possibly.
Okay. Yeah, that would make sense. If you had BKB, then that's just pop BKB walk away moment for Marshall.
Yep.
Meanwhile, good blink away by Puck, getting away from Wife. Wife is trying to run fast with Disperser. Hex comes in, jaunts, will not be there in time thanks to the Hex. And now Puck is in a very rough spot. He's got Yules. He'll Yules himself. He can go for an orb phase shift jaunt perhaps, or blink north instead, breaking some ankles, now orbing, now jaunting. Problem is Mars is there. He's got the spear and a Yules. He'll Yules first, spear to follow, and this time Puck will fall. Took a bit of effort, but a kill's a kill. It's a big kill to get on Puck, who's cutting that bottom wave.
So the scythe has not been as clean as I thought it would be, but it's eventually getting kills. By the way, we have seen a lot of BKBs come out. Razor's BKB, Jaw's BKB, Marshall's BKB. I think that's actually all of them. But
he's got one on Courier for the Mars of Old Man Sal as well.
Moss BKB too.
He just purchased it. It is en route to arriving.
And Radiant won't know that at all because he didn't have any components of that in his inventory. But I don't know if they're going to make a play.
Top lane, Wife is fishing. Right idea, wrong location to fish. Just blinked over Mortal and Jaw.
I think it might have been good that he blinked over them because I don't know if that would have been good to run into Jaw and Mortal together. He would have taken at least a lot of tag team damage.
Yeah, could have been a big death there. It would have only been his second death of the game, but instead he escapes certain death, and now he's still alive.
Other item timing is also Office finishes MKB, so he's slowly moving into very relevant territory. If he links the Wind Ranger now, then he's definitely going to be in trouble.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And one thing we also have no doubt about is where the minds of Bird Up are. They want this second Roshan of the game, but Skitzos in Ohio, they're on the way. They're on route to this bottom area of the map. Through the Twin Gate will come Ja at some point, but he has to go quite soon because Roshan is under attack. It will be Aegis and Banner. And now Roshan roars.
They all know now.
So what they already knew is fully 100% confirmed. Arrow flies to scout, ends up missing. We see TP's in by the cores. And as you mentioned, one Meepo is quite low right now. Radiant have 3. I think, yeah, now they have 4. Marshall's TP just finished.
They've successfully stirred up the Hornet's Nest, as we might say.
Mars is hunting. He'll spear an Arena. The Arena hits 3. BKB from Marshall. BKB from Mars. BKB from Ja. Off's running in. He'll BKB as well. It's chaos at the Twin Gate. Roshan now leaves the vicinity. Off still looking. He'll find Keshi. It's the first kill of the fight. Blast off hits Puck. Puck will Yules. He's got the phase shift. He'll get it off in time. He'll look to blink. He'll blink in for a kill on Marana.
Oh my
He's
God.
jaunting further. There's no way he lives here. He's got a phase shift. In comes Marshall. If Puck lives, it's the great escape. But he will not. It's currently a 2-for-1. Now Dire on a third kill. They'll go to Marshall, who's running through the trees. He's got Manta once he's no longer hexed. Problem is now he's out of mana. He'll get a little bit of mana back from that Soul Ring, allowing him to Manta once again. He'll now go in for Microfry. Microfry uses that headband to zone away from Marshall. Marshall's still fighting. He'll dig on one Meepo. He'll have the one more Meepo. Marshall killing everything. Now one more ticket's used by Wife, but Marshall's owning right now. This man fights. Problem is, Wife's got too many Meepos.
And now he's out of mana, so he can't, and no life steal.
He's still running. He died in spear.
Oh,
Finally, there's the kill. Problem is, the kill took so long Kashi's back again. Blast off hits Dark Willow. He'll end up using Shadow Realm, but Spear will lock him in place. At the very least, these kills took so long that Jaw's full HP again if he wants to go. But Roshan's no longer here. Roshan's now top.
That was my favorite part of the fight, Badger. They all start fighting, and Roche is like, there's too much noise here, I'm leaving. I don't want to be in this neighborhood anymore. Just runs top.
I would do the same. You see all these heroes here like, yeah, you know what? I'm going through. Surely they can't get the top lane. Problem is they did. And now Roshan's dead.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like a fight, I don't even really know what happened, I guess. It just...
Puck is in the danger zone. Arrow is a little bit off the mark, but in comes a big bad Meepo. Hex is in range, and that'll eventually be a dead Puck, barring a great escape here. He'll phase shift. He'll jaunt. He coils to buy a little bit of distance. That actually might end up working. Okay then. Good escape by Puck.
Bottom Jaw is diving in.
Problem is he's being gone on by off and return. Arena will hit him. BKB to leave the arena, but off with the MKB just brings him down nice and easily.
That was a bit greedy from Jaw. He went on the Mars there and Mars got out, but he tried to stick around to see if the Mars would like turn around to farm something, I guess. But he got swiftly punished by off with his MKB.
Again, Jaw is just not that durable right now. Even with the BKB active, still not that durable.
Yeah. This is actually, I guess he didn't go the Ags route, which is what you kind of need versus MKB carriers like this. Because this is one of those issues where, like, Wind Ranger she kind of falls off sort of like PA, you know? Like, PA is a thing where, like, once people get MKBs, you suddenly lose this, like, invulnerability you have. Well, it's the same thing with, like, Wind Ranger, where you can use Rin Run and, I mean, basically be invulnerable to physical attacks, but once they get MKBs, you're kind of just dead very quickly.
Yeah, look at the gold lead as well, and it's now a 9k gold lead. These buildings which have stood for so long are being destroyed by a wife.
That's an 80% win rate.
Both of the top tier 2s currently dead. And again, we're not going high ground quite yet, but yeah, it's time for the Tormentor to die.
Time. Throw me time. Oh, there's a Rana shot.
Well, here we go. Spear on Brood Mother. Razor has the link. Arena is there from Sal as well. It's zoning away everything. Mortal's on the outside. Keshi's on the inside. And Radiant are taking a hell of a lot of damage. Mortal will fall. Cheese comes in from off. Ja is trying to finish this kill, but he cannot do anything. It's 2 dead. Puck will silence the Meepos. And now he'll jaunt away. Shackles dodged by Sal. Puck looks to blink in for some damage. Mars simply walks away. He'll head to Microfry. Microfry also walks away. It's a 3v5 defense. Shackle hits Mars. Ja might finish this kill. But again, it yields from Mars this time. Ja has power shot in 1. Doesn't even need it. Meanwhile, Wife will lose one of his 2 lives in this fight. The T3 is dead, but the real Mars is under this tier 4 tower range. Bramble Maze, Shackle shot, a lot of damage is coming in. He's healed up by Dops 32. The Meepo is inside the Mega Meepo. And now he's fine once again. He'll hex the Windrunner, focusing the melee racks. Radiant Glyph. And Wife walks away. Arrow will
yet,
split the
but...
wickets. Wife once again walks back in. He's silenced, but he finishes the Netherrack. Snowball comes in. The kick
Oh,
from Mortal, well beneath this base sort of area. Shackle from Ja. They want the Meepo. They're going to kill the Meepo. Beyond godlike streak has been lost. Goes the way of Keshi. And now it's Yoza Marana as well. Puck and Marshall want to bring down this Marana. Marana's running away. Radiant have blood in their eyes. TP away will not... Krishna will be successful. Back over into the base, we have Micro Fry, who was deep behind enemy lines. Now he's deep into the grave. Again, Burn Up got what they wanted. They killed the racks, but it cost them a lot there.
Yeah, that was kind of greedy from the Meepo. You saw there, he kind of was safe. Ja really wasn't committing because like none of Radiant had really respawned yet. So Ja was waiting, like he had focus fire the whole time but never used it. And then eventually it just stays too long that Tusk respawns, and once he gets kicked back, he's kind of just dead. I guess just a little overcommittal there.
And that's one thing I talk with legendary former Green Truck member Salacious Sea Lion all the time, aka Jim, for those who know him. That's one thing that that Jim talks about a lot, and I mention every cast, is that this is a patch where if you throw, it's very easy to throw away a lot of your lead. And again, despite only losing like 3 heroes there, including not all your cores, that's 1/3 of the lead, more than that even lost in a couple kills.
Yeah. I don't even really know how to explain it, but I guess it's a thing where I think in the past, people really didn't have, like, the old Dota days, people didn't really have much farm, so mega creeps are like a big deal. It's like 30 minutes in and you have like 8,000 net worth or something. Like mega creeps, you can't deal with them, but nowadays it's like everyone's walking around with like 20,000 net worth 40 minutes in. One lane of megas isn't like, no one cares.
Definitely a lot more gold in the map than there. I mean, the map's literally bigger. It's a bit more passive gold. There's more kill gold. There's more assist gold. There's comeback gold.
And they just gave also literally 2,000 golds to killing Meepo here. That's insane. They literally had 2k gold swing just from no kill.
Yeah. And that's really the good news for Skitzos in Ohio is not only have to cut this lead down by about 1/3, Meepo is running out of items to buy.
Yeah, the only thing Meepo really wants right now is his 25, which he's a quarter of the way there, but after that, yeah, he's get the Swift Link and not a whole lot.
And perhaps that'll be the play, is you secure that third Roshan with 25 on Meepo, and then you run it down a lane. You say, you know what, I've got 5 Meepos, I've got as many items as I'm going to buy. Either we win the game, or we're going to lose the game at this point.
True.
I guess, again, if we can get the free Aghanims on Roshan as well, then we can get an Aghanims for off, and that'll be a lot of potential building push. You get that that Ags Refresher situation there on top of course, all that Meepo damage, and you can easily kill Rax with that.
Oh yeah, I guess that is something to note. I don't think he had it for the fight, but Off did pick up the Refresher. So, as you said, a double BKB
Bottom lane, it's Meepo and Puck both finding each other. Meepo will be forced to Mega Meepo just to save another Meepo. All else he does, I can't even really tell that much. Off goes in, going for Ja. Both of them BKB. Ja gets run down, and now at this point, Meepos are being feared away, but Keshi is already dead.
Oh.
Mortal is dropping. Mortal is dead. Triple kill for Off. And we lamented the lack of farm on Off all game, but at long last, he's farmed.
He's ready.
And he's online.
I guess, like, I was confused there because he kicked the Meepo away. I was like, why did you do that? And, well, I guess all of Dire promptly showed up. Marshall is still sitting bottom. Which I'm not sure why. Michael Fry sees him. A 1v1 action.
Yeah, both
Oh,
of
he's
them are
coming to
doing...
wave bottom.
I mean, if you can stop the wave cut, that would be nice. Problem is, there's already a wave in the base. Radiant have no glyph either, so...
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
Willow...
Arena finds Keshi. If he dies, it will be a dieback. However, Dire do not care. They're going to let him live, focusing the more important objective instead. That's bottom racks fully taken. Dire head middle. Marshall is still distracting whatever he's doing at this point. He's still cutting this wave. Back to mid, though. Spear on Keshi. Keshi is dead. That's a dieback. Arrow.
Is Twitch Hey,
will
Megas. I
miss.
think it's Megas here.
Oh, I mean, definitely. Melee's mid are dead. Range will die. The other range will die. It will be Megas. There's still no buyback on any of these two dead heroes right now, so it's free Megas.
Well, that's a shocking turn of events.
Yeah, turns out, Meepo, a lot of damage.
Yeah, that was just after we were saying like, oh, the lead's been like 1/3 of leads gone. Radiant's looking in a better place, and then they strike back instantly, and kill them all.
Yeah, we really needed one more one fight for Skitzos to be in a good spot, and that second one fight simply did not happen.
And off started showing up. I mean, once off shows up to fights, you better hope you've got the lead. You can't fight off.
Well, it's desperation time. Skitsos know Roshan can be alive. Little do they know Roshan isn't alive. They're headed towards the appropriate pit top lane anyways. 4 are smoked. Keshi's still dead. Ja and Id will lead the way. They're headed on over. Now Dire smoke. It's smoke on smoke. Both will pop. Mars gets silenced. He'll BKB in turn. Arena-ing the Tusk. Tusk will snowball, but they've caught the Windrunner. Now she'll BKB. She's trying to run. Problem is, Radiant are collapsing. Off has the link. Ja's still running, but he's got no way to run, no way to hide. He's simply down. Tusk is bought back, but this fight is most certainly lost. Puck will attempt to juke and jive and stay alive, but again, there's an arena on Marshall, and his BKB's on cooldown. His life will be lost. One more kill for life on the Meepo. His 16th kill of the game, and well, Dire will, of course, check the Roshan pit, realize Roshan's not alive, and then run down the top lane. Correction, never mind to scout it anyways. They don't even need to check the Roshan pits. They can just run it down top lane.
I think they should ban Meepo.
Maybe. They had, what is it, 7 bans. None of them Meepo. Next game might be a ban on Meepo. Tusk has been caught mid lane, and that is a dieback. So it's a 2v4 defense. It's Puck going in with a huge silence, hitting on literally everything. Terrorized with delay as well. Puck did not jaunt. He's standing his ground. He'll waiting forward. He's got coil ready to go. He'll coil and jaunt. Dire still pursue. He'll get forced out away from the nets. As all that happens, 1 tier 4 goes down. Puck's still fighting. The Bramble Wave's down the floor. Puck's still distracting. Problem is Dire focus the throne. It's half HP and it certainly will die. Game 1 will go the way of Bird Up. And now Skitzos are in Ohio are 1 game away from elimination.
Wait, Microfry typed GG twice.
He did. This is factual. He did type GG twice. By the way, pretty decent game number 1. Give that one like a 7 out of 10 rating. Certainly a solid game there. Some back and forth action, but again, it's a great game for Meepo. Wasn't, again, it was a draft-wise great game for Meepo, and Life performed on it this game, and it paid off.
Yeah. I mean, not too much I can say other than the same that last pick Meepo, terror as always.
That would be your advice for for John. Next game is ban the Meepo.
Ban the Meepo. I mean, that's the best I can say. We had one of all series in regular season. We had the same thing we lost to. They didn't even last pick, I think, in that game, but the hero is still. I mean, it could be a true terror if you let it through and a good thing. I think it's also just kind of the wife's specialty, right? His hero pool is a lot of cheese heroes, like literally Lone Druid, Awkward, and Meepo.
Mm-hmm. OD.
Yeah.
I've seen his OD in action. Not a fun time, but yeah. On that note, though, I am going to cut us to a quick break between Game 1 and Game 2. My name is Badger. I'm joined by Skater, and we'll see you for Game number 2 of Bird Up versus Skitzos in a few more minutes. Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for game number 2 of Bird Up versus Skitzos in Ohio. For Skitzos in Ohio, it is their tournament lives on the line, the last 4 months of their lives. And of course, the prestige are on the line. For Bird Up, they're 1 game away from finishing this Jaw Captain Unit. My name is Badger. I'm once again joined by a Skater, and we are already into the draft. Lots of bans and a couple of picks.
Yep, and Mars has been picked up again along with Mirana. A little surprised they're not ban out Mars, but we're getting fast picks now. Oh, the job Wolfling. Oh, we're getting a fast
You know,
fast
I'm
draft.
actually happy. Oh, it was pretty fast last game. It was even faster this game. I'm happy that Ja went with this Morphling though, because he is a notoriously good Morphling player. I think your tournament lives on the line. I want you playing, if you're Ja, I want you playing a hero like Morphling, who is a very, very high skill ceiling hero.
Yeah, I remember there was like I think like a few seasons ago we had this thing where he's just like first phase in every game or something. People would not ban it. Then he just like won every game.
It's one of those things where I think philosophically everybody in the league should have one hero. You're fine being first picked every game to every hero, and you gotta force the enemy to respect ban it. And
Yeah,
I guess Morphling's not strong enough to be that hero right now, but in this 15 pick scenario, it's perfectly fine for Ja here. I will say though, this is again a very up-tempo support duo from Skitzos in Ohio, and it's going to be Keshi and Mora looking to just move around and perhaps cause some chaos. I'd like to see either like a Spirit or a Queen of Pain, or maybe the Puck again for id, just to play these supports very well.
yeah. Um, no Meepo ban by the way.
Surely they'll ban it last phase, right?
What if he just
Surely.
drafts Meepo like right now? Oh
There
no,
would
it's
be 2
Kutka
counter
then.
picks, and that's
Oh, it's
why.
Kutka. It's Kutka. It's definitely wife Kutka, I believe.
Is
At
this the
least,
most normal mid laner wife plays actually?
sort of. If
It's like this and OD, and then like Meepo, Arc Warden, Lone Druid. So,
yeah, if you running into fights and just pressing the torrent storm.
oh, Dragon Knight. He plays Dragon Knight.
True.
At this point, I am ready to demote Dragon Lane to the off lane. I don't want him mid anymore.
They should do bad. They should do a tide mid. Why don't they just do that? That's surely the counter to Kunkka, right?
Probably not actually. X Mark is not fun for Tide.
Yeah, but like they've got like some low rivalry there.
Sounds like a winning fight for Kunkka though. I mean, lore wise, there's a reason why in real life whales are endangered and ship captains are not.
Down.
And again, it's a classic, a very classic Morphling counter selected in that Ancient Apparition. Obviously, if you can hit the Ice Blast, it's very good in the Morphling, and if you miss it, then your hero is useless in the Morphling, but if you hit it, it's pretty good. Ooh, I love the Storm pick. Do you love the Storm pick?
It is definitely pretty nice versus AA. Do you like it, I guess, versus Mars also?
I like it as all these heroes, you know? It's mostly predictable stuff to dodge. I mean, other than like, what, Point Blank, Blink Spear, and whatever off's going to play, it should be very, very dodgeable here.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Also, like versus Mirana, you can kind of catch her, which is nice. I think
thought,
a lot of it. Sorry, a lot of it was also probably to the AA because AA does not really want to deal with the storm running at him.
no, he does not. I think after last game, he had a pretty good game on Puck, but seeing him again on a hero like Storm would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Um. By the way, we kind of glossed over the AA, but that's probably gonna make Wolfling's life interesting. We'll call it.
Just dodge the Ice Blast.
True. True. Um, it's really weird for the hero nowadays because in the past you had like the separate health pool with morph, so you can kind of like morph into someone tanky and just take ice blast damage during that. But obviously it's not a thing anymore, so we have to see how they adjust for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Ja goes for a pretty mobile item build just to try to play around. I mean, I know a number of Morph players just go Blink anyways, but I would not be surprised at all if Ja buys a Splint Blink at some point in this game.
It'd be pretty nice. Remember also AA has the new, I guess not really new, but the shard that stuns people now. With on Ice Blast, which could be kind of helpful for Storm and Wolflane. They start like running at him, he does like a point blank Ice Blast at them.
Yeah, it'll be a matter of, because both AA and Morph/Storm want to have the sort of vision advantage in that scenario. Obviously, if you're the Radiant Cores, you see AA, you jump them, you slice and dice them. If you're AA, you see the cores, like, oh, I know where they're going to be. I can play Dota 2 now. So, vision will be very, very important, which actually concerns me a little bit because this Radiant support duo is pretty notoriously good about warding and dewarding. So, it could make AA's life a little bit difficult. Ooh, Primal Beast. So a very different style of hero for Marshall from one of the most evasive, maneuverable sort of. I wouldn't call it a finesse hero, but a very elusive hero in the Broodmother to now this Primal Beast who just wants to be attracting attention and wants to be hit constantly and
Yeah.
wants to be the center of attention.
It is a little strange though, because it is a bit worse versus Mars, I would think. Because you kind of get the arena off, or you can't like obviously charge through it or anything. Last Patrol from off.
Yeah, that's an off hero. That's definitely an off hero.
I swear, this guy's got such a hero pool. Such a hero ocean, whatever.
This is true, but if you really make a list of like 3 or 4 heroes that you just expect off the play stylistically, this has got to be on that short list of
Yeah, yeah.
heroes like Troll, Luna, Chibi. Probably these sort of heroes you're just gonna see off playing in lads. Either way, though, the heroes have been selected. Do you lean either way draft wise? Do you think it's a pretty even draft here?
Um, yeah, it's hard because I'm probably partially biased to the players, but I actually do think I like Dire just at least a lot because of the Vaz pick. I think the team fight just seems way better overall. Like if they get Tornstorm off, if they get Arena off, like Radiant's gonna be in a lot of trouble. I think it's possible for Radiant fans, like it's possible to win this game, but I think Dire has an edge.
I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to say Radiant. I think they have a very good maneuverability advantage here with these 3 cores, and as long as they can play and get out of the lanes pretty well, I think Radiant will be in a great spot to maneuver the mid game very well this game. This is definitely going to be an intro. Again, this is definitely a sort of game where there's high skill ceiling to this Radiant strat though. Like it's going to require some good play to get out of it. Like I think if Dire and Radiant play equally well, Dire will win this game a lot of the time. But we shall see. We shall see. If you are just joining us, welcome to game number 2 of Skitzos in Ohio, with their tournament lives on the line, playing Bird Up. Bird Up are 1 game away from advancing on their lower bracket run. For Skitzos, as mentioned, they just lost game 1. This is it. And they're putting their hopes in the hands of Ja Morph and Id Storm. My name is Badger. Once again, I am joined by 8K Gamer, Season 4 Lads Champion Skater. And hopefully we'll be in for a fantastic game number 2.
Thank you, Badger. I'm definitely excited because we saw a lot of back and forth game 1, so there could be you can see a lot more here. I mean, I hope for a nice game 2. Stops. No one really. I mean, maybe if you're the team, you like it, but for spectators, like a close game is just way better to watch.
All we need is either both teams to play well or neither team to play well. If only one team's playing well, it's over. But if as long as both teams are playing equally well, then we're good. There's some very interesting ward coverage at the start from Radiant. They really want to fight these bottom 2 runes, it seems, with double ward coverage on the area. Only problem is they're playing a very split situation. Like you look at both teams' heroes, actually, they're very spread out, so could see potentially 3 runes to either team, even maybe 4 runes to a team potentially. Not 4, but we could definitely see 3 runes to a team here. In the river, Marshall is, well, large and light blue colored. He'll end up losing the rune to Wife, though, so it is that 3 rune advantage for the side of Bird Up. Meanwhile, in the Radiant jungle, it's 2v2 fight. It's Ja and Mortal fighting. Problem is, Ja is playing Morphling, a notoriously poor pre-horn fighter, so he'll have to walk away. Is Morphling just the worst hero in the game, actually, for fighting pre-horn? Like, I know he's down there, but is he literally the worst? I can't think of a single one that's worse than Morphling, actually. Speaking of Morphling, he might just be dead, actually. He's being right-clicked. Maybe he won't die, but he's taking a lot of damage. Arrow hits Mortal. Instead, it's Pus taking the damage. He's got a Fairy Fire if he wants to pop it, and he will, but... Again, that's a winning trade for Sal and Micro Fry.
Yeah, he's probably one of the worst level 1 heroes. I don't really see anything else.
Oh, they're trying to go on a bot too, tag team. They just what were we saying?
Theoretically, if Brood takes web level 1, which I think you do, could be pretty bad. Just walking around with webs only.
That is not that useful at all. And of course, Brood is fresh in the mind after last game as well, so perfect reminder of that one. I'm very, very scared of missing first blood because there's heroes low in actually all 3 of the lanes. I think it's gonna be bottom, but it could definitely be top. It could even be mid. Gosh, you better not die on me when I'm not watching you. I am not missing this first blood, Skater. I'm not sure if you were how much you were watching my cast back in like 2 years ago, but I was notorious for catching every kill but first blood in these games, and it was not fun to always miss the most important kill.
I think I remember some of that. There was definitely some key tours, but I think some of that's just Dota, especially when there's like 2 fights happening at once. Those are the hardest.
Man, I caught 99% of the kills, but the one kill people are gonna T-Tours you for, you missed. Damn. This is absolute morale damage accomplished by the players in the lobby. We have seen no heroes die yet, but we've seen multiple couriers die. The one bottom lane, though, of Ja is a relatively important courier to die. There was definitely the Wraith Band on it. There might have been regen as well, but either way, Ja is not happy with that one. Wait a minute. Skater. Skater, please turn your attention to the last hit deny chart.
Oh.
Look at Ja's last. Damn it, I missed it. Top lane, Dops goes down, off goes in, looking for Keshi. 2 more hits for the kill. He's looking for it, but cannot find it. He's got access in 2 more seconds, but Keshi used to stick up. Why does Ja only have 8 last hits?
Okay, that was your fault this time, because I was watching top, and they started going, but I didn't say anything because I was trying to figure out the last hit chart thing.
I saw 6 last hits. I was like, wait a minute, that's lower than it should be. Why is it so low?
And then first blood happens.
What can you do? Bottom lane, the spear bag Ja. I want to again harass this Morphling. He's morphing up into strength, got 6 stick charges. Radiant turn, looking for old man Sal, who also uses his stick. He's got a Lotus as well, so he should be fine. Top lane, meanwhile, they go for off, and it costs a lot of HP on Keshi. Keshi will end up dying here, but it's a good 1-for-1 trade. You are are fine losing your support Hoodwink for the carry troll. They're tipping. They're tipping. I don't know if it's B for having a good time, but it's tipping nonetheless.
How bad our lane does off have to be out of the game? Because last game was pretty bad early game for off, but he kind of just recovered, even on Razor.
I don't think there is a lane bad enough that can get him out of the game. Especially when you look at the Morphling having a worse lane. It's like, oh, it's okay I'm having the 5th best lane of any core because my opponent, his carry, is having the 6th best lane, so we're good. I know I've heard a little bit from my sources that off is a little bit of a tilter, but I'm sure if off's tilting, you can say, hey, the Morphling has no last hits. I'm owning him. Oh, problem solved. Mid lane, X Mark Torrent will hits from Wife, but it will be no kill. Radiant Glyph, it turns with the Vortex, but again, nobody is dead there. Bottom lane's where the kill will happen. It's Tusk being gone on. He'll snowball the stun. Shards will hit, and it will end up being a 1-for-1 trade, assuming Jock can finish the kill. He'll waveform forward, and that will be a 1-for-1 trade. That's a nice bottle fill. Storm needs that. And it means as well, not only will be a full bottle for Storm, he can now fight the minute 6 rune with Tusk. It's going to be a very interesting minute 6 rune fight. Right now, Radiant committing 3 heroes. Wife will not get stunned by Bushwhack. Rune spawn stop. It's a regen rune.
Nice.
It's exactly what he wanted.
Mid lane also is, unlike last game with the kills, what is this? Yeah, both the 0-0. It's unlike the puck being beat up by Meepo.
Well, it is top lane fight time. Wife rotates in. He's got spells.
Oh,
and at this point, Marshall is incredibly dead. Yep, the kill will end up being split. Meanwhile, Keshi is running away. It does allow some time for Storm to hit the mid T1 tower. Problem is, Storm doesn't do that much building damage.
I think this is looking, I think, actually slightly better, though, for Radiant, Jaws' team, because the puck was kind of getting beat up by Meeple, let's be honest. But this game, the Storm is having a, like, pretty nice game. Like, no deaths at all. Storm's one of those heroes you kind of just want to, like, survive the laning stage. You're very weak pre-level 6, so if you just get out of laning stage, you've, like, done a good job. Well, it's that kind of the opposite for Kunkka. Kunkka, he's like a lane dominator. The whole thing is he wants to beat up people.
He's got a 0-0-0 score line, looking to turn into a 1-0-0 score line. Regen rune activated. Off has got no level 6, but Storm's got no mana. It could be both of them dying potentially. At this point, Troll is confirmed dead. Now Storm will survive. There's just not enough damage, though Morana tried to do some damage.
And look at the Storm. He still has his regen rune going. So
yes,
he's going to get everything back.
Yeah, so nice rotation there from the Storm. Now 1-0-1. He's number 2 net worth, only behind Wife by 100 gold, so he's having a fine start to the game. And surprisingly, despite the absolutely terrible start to the lane for Ja, he is actually ahead of the Mars in net worth. I'm not quite sure how, but he has done it. Well, mid lane, Wife has got an arcane rune. He won't use it. He'll simply harass Tusk slightly. And Tusk uses Ice Shards and walks away. Top lane, meanwhile, it is going to be Morana under attack. Vortex has been used by Ado again. Leap away as the counterplay from Micro Fry. Wife TP's in to back up the Morana. He activated the arcane rune. He's searching for whatever he can find. In the river, meanwhile, it's Dops 32 versus Marshall and Keshi. Certainly AA dies. Meanwhile, Storm is fighting 1v1 with Troll Warlord. Back to Dops. He'll finally end up dying. Back to Storm. He's balling and TPing away. The TP will not get canceled in time. So it's one kill and a bit of a spread out engagement there between both teams. Seems like we have a pretty... Are you saying, Sayer?
Barely 1 kill a minute. This feels quieter to you, right? This game? It's not just me, right?
That's a little bit. I mean, it's definitely a bit quieter, but it
Top
seems to
lane?
be ending now, where they're just, again, diving repeatedly top lane. This is the 3rd top lane fight in the last, what, 2 minutes? And as that happens, they 2v1 mid lane to bring down Dops 32 as a dive there by Storm and Tusk back to top lane. X-Mark boat will be there on Marshall. Troll backs him up. Torrent Arrow will be committed. Marshall will attempt to use spells, but again, his life will be forfeit. Off secures his last kill, so across the map a 1-for-1. And a favorable 1v1 for Bird Up. Meanwhile,
Nice.
mid lane, they want one more kill again. It's Tusk and Storm. The dynamic duel, apparently. It'll Spear Arena, buying some time, and Storm instead will go for the Invis rune rather than going for a big dive there.
What a quiet game. I just had to say it, right?
That's how it goes sometimes.
Looks like Jaw is getting bot tower. Jaw's getting bot tower off his farming away. I think the main difference this game, though, is Off is actually having a much, much better game. So
Yeah, this time last game, I think it was 2,000 gold behind Ja. Now he is not. He is actually ahead of Ja by a little bit. And we're at the point now where the laning phase has broken up a little bit. Where we're kind of a little bit past the laning phase. We're seeing a lot of rotating around. Speaking of rotating, Marshall's bottom lane diving for Old Man Sal, and the kill will go to Marshall. Him and Ja combined to not only get the kill on the Mars, but also bring down that bottom T1 tower. Last it goes to the siege unit, however. So at this point, if you're a Bird Up, what are you waiting for to begin taking these brawls? Because it seems like Skitzos are choosing all these fights here. What do Bird Up need to take these brawls now?
I think Bird Up, they kind of need this Mars to get anything, but he's a fair bit off. I think the big thing is the AA is at level 5 right now. So getting AA to level 6, I mean, once you get that, you can just kill the Morphling, right? You get good damage on anyone. So I think you get the AA to level 6, which he's not actually going to get. Actually, maybe he gets some this wave.
He's getting close. Maybe he'll leech like a stat kill or something. He'll find a little bit of experience.
He's still
somewhere.
not getting anything. Oh, he's going to get it here now. He got level 6, okay.
Meanwhile, wait, what is Microfry doing exactly?
What is Microfry? I feel like this is a Microfry play. Like, he just does this.
Oh, they found him. They found him. He's stuck.
But
No,
he's out.
there's no way. There's no way he lives here. There's no way he lives. He didn't even go to the fountain. Oh, good escape there by Microfry. That's a lot of attention grab. A lot of man use on Storm for no kill.
I mean, this is just a Microfry thing, right? I feel like he did this a lot game 1. He's just in, like, random places. And it works out. But yeah, to answer your question, they've got AA Blast, and it looks like they are making a play immediately with it right now.
Yeah, they're going up to the arena for Marshall. AA Blast has been used. The Primal Beast certainly will be in a lot of danger. Boat is the last hit there. At this point, Mortal and Keshi want some kind of vengeance. Storm balls in, but again, he still has not restored his mana.
White is running.
Will X-Mark. Bushwhack hits the Kunkka. Hoodwink is juking
my
on
God.
around. Torrent hits Storm. Storm is speared on back into the cold feet. He'll attempt to get whatever volley he can get to the west at this point as his team arrives. He'll run back in, but I'm not sure if he wants to be here any longer. Walrus Punch hits the Mars. Keshi is dead. Ja will waveform forward, hitting Old Man Sal, but again,
Off
the
is
kill's
coming.
not
Off is
finished.
here.
They can't finish these kills.
Wait, Off's here now. He's
Now
cleaning up.
Storm's dead. He brought down by Off. He's an absolute disaster. Josh trying to kill anybody, but again, they're all so low, but nobody's dead. Marshall is respawned, and that might be what the Radiant need. John will dodge here, but no, it's Marshall who gets arrowed. He can't do anything. Snowball hits Wife. Ulti comes in from Off. Man fighting with Marshall. Wife finally dies. Microfry leaps. Spear back gets Ja away from the Mars for the time being. Back over to Off. He's still hitting Marshall. Mortal backs him up. One more root comes in from the troll. Arrow hits Primal Beast, and the AA blast brings down Ja. He was spotted by a dire observer ward. Back to the fight. Mortal kills Microfight before dying, and at this point, it's an absolutely resounding win for Bird Up.
Wait, show the fight recap. Because I think Marshall died twice, if I understand, right?
He did. He died, he respawned, he TP'd in, got arrowed, got rooted, and then died again.
It shows that as a 4K gold lead for Dire on my screen. Well, I guess basically 3.5. But what the hell? 5 spears off. We got 2 AA blasts. That fight was so long, Badger. We got 2 AA blasts off of it.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want if you're a... Like, not only do you not die, you get to keep on living and doing game impact. I mean, this is... Again, there was I think,
Perfect.
8 kills, 9 kills in the fight total.
Yeah.
No death in AA.
But yeah, I mean, this is helping him a lot because now Off is going 400 rival seat in terms of farm. Like, John's on his wolf lane, but he's gonna have trouble contesting with Off as he's getting this much free of a game.
Yeah, I mean, he's going for the Manta on the Morph, but it's going to be a little bit before that, and obviously Manta will not be enough to have, like, huge game impact, so we're talking, you know, like, 3,000 gold towards Manta, plus, like, 4,000 gold towards another item. That's going to be a little while.
But he keeps Xing Storm back just to mess with him, it looks like.
Might as well, I mean, what else are you going to do at X Mark? It's got a low cooldown, 50 mana cost, might as well have some fun with it.
So yeah. If you're an off fan, or not off fan, I guess if you're a Jaw fan, Skitzos in Ohio, and you're trying to not be eliminated here for your team, it's looking kind of rough because you don't really have any items coming in for the moment. Primal's getting BKB, which is I think the best thing they're gonna have. Primal's still like, I mean, Primal's 2,400 away, so it's 2K-ish. Dops is dying here.
Yeah, he is incredibly dead as it appears. Wife is nearby, but he has both Kunkka with a shield rune. That's a very hard kill to get.
He's got Torrent Storm. He's not using it though.
They won't even break the shield rune. It's still half a shield. So they're going to kill Mortal. It'll be a 1-for-1 support trade. You have to let this man die, and the kill will go to Off. Surprise, surprise. 1-for-1 there.
But yeah. Surprisingly, with all this happening, and me saying, you know, Radiant looks in a weird spot, Dota Plus is never giving up on Radiant. Because in fact thinks Radiant should win right now.
Really? That's...
Yes.
Somewhat... Oh, it just went down.
Oh, no, no.
It is
no.
reconsidered its decisions.
Go back.
The Tusk died. We've reconsidered our chances. You just watched the numbers change live on stream, of course. Mid T1 tower's under attack, but it's not quite dead yet. Tusk TP's in. He'll, of course, look to blink punch the Mirana. Mirana uses 1 leap, now uses 2 leaps. This is the 3rd leap. So it's 3 leaps used. Problem is, now Tusk is pretty far away from his friends. And now he's pretty far away from being alive.
Wait, he just respawned, didn't he?
He did, now he's dead again. As well as that, Hoodwink has been caught, and Hoodwink 2 will join his Tusk in the grave. So it's 2 supports dead as well as T1 tower.
Dota Plus is changing his mind.
I mean, that's what I would do too. You get presented with new evidence, number goes down. Green line goes way down. Over to bot lane, they've caught Ja. He's got wave for him, but there are a lot of heroes hunting. Spear kind of hits, but does not latch. Marshall will trample.
Off is dead.
Off does have ulti. Wait,
is
he
dead,
didn't have ulti. What? I guess it was already in cooldown, and now he's dead. What? Use it for
the
morph?
The tips.
They're tipping him back. They're tipping him right back. And at this point, Marshall will attempt to survive. He will fail to do so, but again, that's a fine 1-for-1 trade. You get the off troll, and there's even more all chatting going on. Storm's balling on around. Keshi gets stunned with the Torrent Storm Spear, hits the Hoodwink as well as the arrow. From Ja, he morphed into Mirana and counter arrow, but he's still being run at by 4. Mars has Spear in 3, Yule's in right now. He's trying to get in range of the Yules, but he can't quite get in range.
Oh, still chasing though.
They certainly want this. There's blood in their eyes.
Blink, just blink out.
So it will be a dead Tusk. I think he was trying to make sure his morph survives, but
I guess.
Yeah, well, if he dies, he dies.
He's blink.
He actually blinks away. It'll just okay. He's good. He's fine.
So what had happened long ago at this point is Off had basically just found Jaw and immediately ulted him to try and kill him, try and get a random root, but he did not get any roots. Jaw walked away and he got waveform off. But he got dragged completely into the tier 1 because of the troll ult that was used, and yeah, he just dies after that.
Yeah, so unfortunate fight there for Off, and he again that's certainly going to delay his farm, give a bit back to the Radiant, but at the very least, Bird Up did get that bottom T1 tower, and that is something in return for that troll death, as well as again they have the other Marshall and Keshi kills, so it's fine compensation for your troll dying. Guess what time it is, Skater?
Tormento?
Well, yes, but also no. It's time for our good friend Roshan to die.
No, not Roche. No, he's going. He's
He's
going
gonna come
down.
through the
No.
twin gate to the bottom lane, and they're going to kill him.
Turn around. Run.
Not today. The Sisyphean torture continues.
No.
What can you do?
Not be Roshan, I guess.
Alright, yeah, that's gonna be a free kill. Wife's taking some damage from Roshan, but there are no Radiant heroes looking to play Dota 2 at the Roshan pit. Likely 2 lives for Off. He's slotted in a slot, and now he will grab the Aegis.
Yeah, that's bad for Radiant. I think a lot of this Badger is just that Troll just had like an actual serviceable lane. While last game it was like Wife had to run around and do everything solo because Off really couldn't do anything for at least 30 minutes. And I think some of that is like the Brood impact, that even seeing Brood, they couldn't counter it well, but I mean, I don't know. They could hope for Dire to kind of like throw, but once Off gets going, it's sort of hard.
If they could just delay this Aegis, not lead too much damage, then there's room to get these large, sort of spread out fights. I mean, again, as it currently stands, this T2 bottom is still alive. Bird Up are somewhat abandoning their push, looking to perhaps fight. They're headed towards top, where Radiant are tenting up a siege of their own.
Radiant's gonna get their tower here, so they just got a tower, free tower basically. Dire failed to take bottom tower, and then Radiant took theirs.
That's not what you want when you're the ones who are supposed to be stronger, not only with a slight gold lead, but also with a double lives on Troll. And they're hunting both with Smoke and Moonlight Shadow. Looking at Dire Vision, they saw the storm. Wife is headed over, but for now, Wife does not have friends. His friends are a little bit too far away. Storm is still
they're scanning.
here.
They scanned. They saw him. They know he's there with the scan. Wife is
got ball lightning TP. He'll ball. He'll ball again. He'll ball a third time in TP. The cancel will not be there in time. Right spot, but just a day late and $1 short for Micro Fry.
Yeah. So the one good thing is, if the Storm can actually get lots of items, like kind of Puck unfortunately wasn't really able to, mostly was shut down, but Storm can carry like pretty hard. I would say generally more than Kunkka. Like Kunkka's more so balanced just for like early game fighting, like he's hit his power spike with the Torrent Storm already. But Storm, like if Storm gets Conda, if he gets Scythe, BKB, etc., he can go around like killing support solo. He can almost kill the Mars also. So Radiant just really wants to delay the game for a while.
I guess if the game goes late enough, you just hope that like Micro Fry and Dox can start being these big damage dealers.
Yeah.
Help supplement that damage. We will see the Radiant side Tormentor taken by Dire. Shard goes to Mirana, which is... It's not great, but it is a shard. It is a shard.
There was a wisdom rune here bottom. They could maybe take Tormentor too. They all taking the Tormentor bottom. Oh, they are. I think Josh should take it here, but I guess he doesn't
Maybe
want to
he's a
risk
little
it.
scared. It's only Ja and Mortal in the bottom lane, so maybe he's a little bit wary of just dying. And then there's TPM by Kunkka. It's now
Is he
time
gonna
to
get X
leave.
marked? He got X marked.
He does have Waveform and Morph ready to go. He'll not use either quite yet. Now he'll
He's gonna get X
Waveform.
again.
He'll morph into Kunkka, X-marking Kunkka. He'll steal the Torrent, of course, as well. Problem is, in come the cavalry. Spear, no, the spear
The spear
misses!
missed.
Problem is,
Not a
Ja's
mana,
got
though.
no mana, and now he's Ice Blasted, and now he's simply
Oh,
going to
all
die.
chat.
So all chat from off. Speaking of, he's running down Marshall, trying to run with his BKB. So both big side lane cores, Marshall and Jaya, die. Both in somewhat embarrassing fashion. That's a
Where
lot of
was
gold
Marshall?
for he was like way over at the dire tri-camp, I think, and
Why?
I don't know, but I do know he's dead now.
Oh, okay. This is very, very strange.
Agreed.
I think, I mean, it's kind of weird, right? Because he didn't want to hit the Tormentor because he thought it was too dangerous to hit it. But then he just walks and hits the tower. So it's sort of, I don't know if it's just like just nerves coming up for since it's like an elimination possibly or what, but just some weird decisions, unfortunately. They're just gonna move on mid now, but Wife also has a Bloodstone coming, but Keshi's gonna snipe it? Keshi did snipe his Bloodstone on Wife, so that's a huge deal.
Yeah, that'll delay not only the Bloodstone, but also that tier 2 neutral item.
True.
We've all been there. We've all been there grabbing our tier 2 neutral minute 25 sometimes. You just kind of forget about it. Well, the mid tier 2 tower will get spared for now. Off is back to being immortal. He only has 1 life, and at this point, we probably are going to be waiting somewhat for that second Roshan, which is, again, the real centralizing objective of most Dota games nowadays.
They're going on off bottom, perhaps.
Meanwhile, Storm is invis hunting as well. Back to off. He's been found by Marshall. Off turns with BKB and ulti. Troll will have BKB ending in a few more seconds. But again, he's being kited around, kind of. In come the Dire, TPing in. Vortexes around the ground. Dire look towards Keshi. Keshi will get Yules by the Marana into the arrow, into which Troll axes. That'll be a dead Hoodwink, and now Dire, of course, want more. They'll get the Tusk. Spear Yules came in from Old Man Sal. Mortal will delay his death. And he will not prevent his death, however. Double kill for off from the Troll, and again, it's more gold for the Troll Warlord.
Yeah, that was just unfortunate timing. They tried to do the pulverize into Hoodwink net, and the net was just like a fraction late. So they didn't get the combo and immediately BKBs and stuff. I feel like that's also a thing, Badger, where sometimes I think it's like nerves because you know you're getting behind. Like you see like what's happening and you kind of just want to force a fight, but they didn't bring enough heroes. Like they just brought a Primal Beast and a Hoodwink to kill what? A 16k net worth troll? I think if they brought like Storm there, or I mean even Morphling, like I feel like you could have made like a full person rotation for it. And it would have been way better.
They definitely wanted to make some kind of play happen. I mean, during that, at the onset, Storm was kind of walking into that Dire jungle invis looking for some kind of action, but it was multiple targets undermined, and
yeah,
in the end, nothing worked out there for Skitzos in Ohio. And well, now they're looking bottom at Mars. Long ball in by Id. Mars has no BKB, therefore he certainly should be dead. Marana's on the way. But barring a miracle, Mars will not escape, and the miracle will not arrive. Arrow hits Keshi, but that will not prevent what has occurred.
Yeah. I think it's a thing in Dota where you kind of need to, like, if you're behind, you are not allowed to really make greedy plays. You can't just send, like, 1 hero and get a solo kill, 2 heroes, or stuff like that. You have to bring, like, large numbers to the fight. Like 3, 4 heroes, 5 even. Because Dio can get away with it, like, just any of these 2 heroes, like Mars AA could probably kill someone, or Mars Mirana, but the Radiant, there's just no shot. They can't kill calls like that. I mean, Mars died, but even then it was like 4 heroes, 5 heroes they had to secure it.
A lot of times the greedy plays you see work from behind are more creep oriented, whether it's, you know, deep farming, wave cutting, that sort of thing. Like fighting down numbers, down
Yeah.
money is
Or
often
they
quite
like,
difficult.
or they like misclick or something, right? Like off, like if off like runs in and like he uses ult bottom stuff like that. Like he used his ult and ran into a 2-1 and died, but that was like a misplay by off, right? It wasn't really like it wasn't really Radiant killing him. Not to say they didn't punish it well, but it was like because he misplayed to start it.
By the way, good game sense there from Keshi, pinging out that smoke nicely. I think when Dyer grabbed this Watcher, it gave away some kind of information that there's a smoke movement going on, and the smoke will get dodged entirely. And Roshan is actually alive. Problem is he's in the top pit, not the bottom pit. But much like at minute 20, our good friend Roshan will walk through the twin gate to the bottom pit, and he'll just get absolutely blasted again by Bird Up.
No, oh he's going. Yeah, he's going. Run, don't go, Roche.
Dyer see Mortal, they do not. Mortal needs to be a little bit careful. He's behind enemy lines. They still don't see him somehow. Now they see him.
Now.
He'll blink away though. X-Mark is not in range, but Blink Spear will be. He'll snowball away, but X-Mark will bring him back. And Keshi is on the way as well, looking for a solo kill on Mirana. Mirana has the mech and a 20 charge wand. Wand is not even used. Yules, Arrow, Mortal is dead. Keshi will join him. So both Radiant supports are dead. Meanwhile, look at Storm and Morphling. They are cutting waves and ratting. Storm mid lane, Morphling top
is going
lane.
Too.
So Off will TP away, which means again no push, no Roshan. Macro-wise, what a great situation for Skitzos. They have managed to have 2 kills mean nothing.
X-Mark on Storm.
That's a real long ball.
Oh,
he's forced to BKB now. Oh no.
He was supposed to BKB before the. He was supposed to BKB to stop the X-Mark, but he timed it wrong.
That is unfortunate.
Luckily nothing came of it, but it's really bad they had no BKB. Because what I was gonna say is they saw off teleport literally to the tier 3 at the top. Like he teleported in front of everyone. I think Radiant should just like immediately smoke his 5 and just sweep bottom. Like all these heroes could just be dead. If they force a fight right now, it'll be 5 versus 3. They find the Mars hero. Okay, off is here now, but they had the chance.
Yeah, it's 4 smoked up. Everyone but Cashew just respawned. Microfry is very deep on enemy lines. Roshan is under attack, about 2/3 HP. Mars, his smoke has expired. Marshall blinks in. He'll pulverize the Mars. At least he attempted to. Instead, Mars had a Lotus Orb on him from, I'm not even sure where, from the AA of all people. AA Blast will hit 2. Tusk is dead. PB is dead. Roshan's still dying. Off is alone in the pit.
Oh, he's dead on Jaw!
Oh no, Jaw is dead. You're right. It's an absolute disaster. It's 3 down, and Roshan taken. And Keshi is not safe either. He'll attempt to do something with Storm. Maybe they'll kill the Mirana here.
Nice.
But the most you're going to get is a Mirana kill, because Keshi certainly will die. He's speared by Old Man Sal. There's simply too much damage. Storm's still balling in. A very bold play, and it might cost him his life. His BKB's on cooldown, and he's got...
He's no man
Wait,
at
who
all.
did the X-Mark? Who did the X-Mark there? The X-Mark the Mars? He might have. So now Storm will BKB and TP. A fascinating engagement, but one that is certainly one side in favor of Bird Up. And
well, during all that, off got Aegis.
Yeah.
So.
And more importantly, Roshan's banner.
True. I was gonna say they really should not have taken that fight, but it all just transpires too soon.
Buyback from Keshi. It's a 4v4 defense. Melee racks have fallen. Gleipnir on 2. Troll is still standing his ground, hitting structures. Ranged racks are crumbling, and ranged racks will die. And now Dire leave. They have lost nothing, and they've gained multiple things.
That is a good summary of it. Similar events. It is a 90% win rate for Dio.
Alright, it's fight time. It's desperation time, one might say. Mars the target. He'll BKB. Ball in by Storm. Jaws there. So they focus down. Dobbs 32. In comes off.
Oh no,
Jaw. Jaws already dead. He got nothing off. And at this point, it's hard to fight without your Morphling. Marshall's being kited around. He'll get brought down. Double kill for off once again. Storm has incredibly low mana. No BKB, no mana, no HP. All 3 cores are dead. 2 have buyback, but again, I think we know what time it is. Down the middle lane for more structures.
Is that twice that... Is that twice that Microfire is just stunned Jaw into instant death?
I think so. Blink Arena finds Keshi, buyback from Storm and Morph. I think Morph just got his buyback again. Mars is incredibly low. Mortal is distracting right now. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Dire move to Storm. Storm's still balling around, kiting around.
Yes,
And he will ball all the way to his tier 4s. Torrent will get sidestepped. Ja, again, is hunting. They'll go in for Kunkka. Kunkka has nothing, so he's dead. It's 2 cores down. And of course, Radiant will leave their base hunting, but the retreat will now be complete.
There's an ult on Storm, but he should be alive.
Okay, so disaster game state for Skitzos. I'm not sure what they do now, but they need to do something.
20k golds. Not the best. The only thing I can suggest is I think Skitzos needs to do another one of those plays I was saying before, where we just go with 5 heroes and try to find a solo pick off on Dire. And that might sound like hopeful or not enough, like, oh, they just find 1 kill on Troll or something. But I think that's all they can hope for at this point. If they try and take a 5-on-5 fight, it's just not gonna work out. Even if like, let's say they get the dream fight, they kill Mars like at the start and it's a 5v4, I'm pretty sure they lose the fight still. I don't think they can win it. They're just way too far behind.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of those fights where they had potential angles, but again, it was just Bird up playing well enough in the fights to stun these Storm heroes and Morphling heroes to the point where it's just so hard to maneuver. Top lane, Blink Heals comes in from Mars, finds Marshall, who does have BKB. His BKB will now get used, so pulverize the Mars, in comes off, in comes Ja, but Ice Blast, again he's dead! Oh no. Oh me, oh my. It's a disaster for Ja. He's got no buyback. This could be game. They find Marshall as well. Marshall does not have buyback either. That's probably, I mean, that's a minute and a half with 2 cores dead.
Whoa, he's tipping Marshall instead of Ja. This is some collateral damage here. Poor Marshall's getting tipped now also.
What can you do? Been a lot of tipping, a lot of BM in this playoffs for sure, and it's another chapter in the long list of Season 14 playoff tipping.
True. Knowing that I may or may not have experienced some of it.
Oh, you're not alone. It's been at least every other series so far in playoffs, I think, if not more than that. Alright, so there's 55 seconds until Morph and PB are alive. Are there... Okay, there's 1 wave of creeps. If this wave somehow dies... Dire counter glyph, never mind. This wave's not dying. And it will be Megas next to that.
Yeah, Ja is dead for a while, and even when he respawns, I'm not entirely hopeful. The only thing is Keshi might do a play here where... if Keshi kills this wave... Oh, they glimmer the creep! Holy...
That's gonna buy at least enough time for the melee racks to die. I have a full set. Ball in, Vortex Ags on 2. It's Troll and Kunkka getting kited around. And we're not far from backdoor returning, but not close enough, apparently. That will be melees taken. And with the range racks dying top lane, the range racks dying in mid lane, that will be Megas.
In.
Yeah, it's BKB walk in time from Marshall. He's looking for anything. He's found nothing. No He'll now blink away. Yules is there on Tusk. Gleipnir the counterplay. Arrow will get dodged. No, it hits Ja instead. Oh no, Ice Blast will be there, hitting the AA. And again, Ja's out of the fight. He has to leave. But Marshall's being kited around. Storm is deep in enemy lines. He got stunned. He's forced to BKB. He's rooted off. And that'll be a dead Storm. He's got no buyback. Marshall is trying to do whatever he can. Mars will arena, hitting to BKB from Ja. It's desperation time. He's trying his heart out to fight this fight, but Troll is just too strong. He looks for a root. He cannot find one. Now he finds one. Ja will man, but another root finds the Ja Morphling. He's being kited around. He's out of HP and has no buyback. 3 dead. Arrow misses, but Marshall still will die. And the GG is called. Bird up defeat Skitzos in Ohio. 2-0.
Easy types by off. Oh no. Post game BM?
A little bit more BM. It's a little bit more. Oh boy. That was a bit of a beatdown there from Bird Up.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate to go out like that, but I mean, losing to off in playoffs could have a worse fate, I guess.
And Swallows, I mean, going into playoffs, the prognosticators, they were doubting off. They said, like, he's not playing his best. His team's not good enough. Turns out they may have been short sighted off his back.
Yep. I had the same doubts myself. Game one, I literally looked at his razor. I was like, well, "What's he gonna do this game?" Look at his farm, and like the pick seemed a little weird also. And then I don't know. I think both of these games, he definitely huge delivered. I do think though, if we do any MVP votes, I would say Wife carried his team pretty hard though. Also,
Mm-hmm.
considering he destroyed, I think game one and game two. Um, I mean, I think pretty convincing play on Kunkka. He made good rotations, had good torrents off, basically showed up to most fights.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, this is the fourth losers series win in a row for Bird Up. They are on the warpath. They've made it all the way to the top four. They will play the winner of Marana's Marauders and Polar Ass. Of course, two teams with their own fan bases. Of course, Polar Ass, notorious longtime lads team there, and that I believe is tomorrow. Correction, Tuesday nights should be an interesting series there. I believe Mattior and Patience will be casting that one. Thank you for coming on tonight, Skater. Do you have any final words? Call out, shout out, say to the people of League of Legends and twitch.tv/Badger Pablo.
Uh, I just want to say, I think Keshi. I know he started the season, I think 6K something ish. He normally plays other roles than support, but I think in this series, even though they lost, I think he should hold his head up high because I think he performed pretty good on Hoodwink. Like he had a lot of good skill shots. Generally, I mean they lost, but I think he had pretty good effort in the games
You
and
know,
definitely a pretty good impact. So that
uh,
would be my MVP at least for Radiant.
I agree with you
Shout
on
out.
that one. I mean, Keshi didn't even make playoffs last season, and then he pairs with Marshall, who went on my team also did not win a game in playoffs. Those two combined make it top six. So maybe I was the problem on both teams.
Yeah. Well, it's been a
It's
pleasure to cast.
a pleasure to have you on, Skater. But thanks to the viewers for tuning on in for this 2-0 trouncing by Bird Up over Skitzos in Ohio. Congrats to Bird Up. Commiserations to Skitzos on their loss. But again, top six, good season. Glad to see you guys in the league. If I'm to cast your games, cast your tournaments, you know where to find me. It's over on Discord. It's Badger Pablo on Discord or over on Twitter, twitter.com/Badger Dota2. Again, thank you to Simon for the subscription. Always good to see those. And again, as always, thank you for watching and have a great night.